Okay, so congratulations for your job in HCL. So basically, this discussion is I want to know like how was your experience in interview so that you can help my viewers like how was your preparation, all these things. So you are the second person who got selected from the same batch after Jyoti. So that day I asked him about his experience. Now you can share yours. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Pradeep. Thank you very much. Yeah, actually, so I want to share my interview experience. So the thing is like whatever objects we put in our resume, we should be very confident. At least on each point, we should be able to speak up for 5 minutes. Like first, they will ask us for introduction, right? So in the introduction itself, we can make them ask questions on certain areas. So we can say them like I worked mostly on these areas, so that they'll concentrate their focus on those areas. So we can drive our interview like we can
The
in
way you
that
want.
way. And yeah, sorry.
That means what you are trying to say, like you should be having a very good, strong profile. So that should be reflected in your resume so that you can drive your interview in your own way so that interview will engage with you, correct?
Yes, correct. Actually, we can speak up like I worked confidently on, I worked mostly on those areas. So I resolved these issues and yeah, like that. They can make their focus, they can ask questions on those areas.
Okay.
And also, my experience is like don't put more than 3 areas. Like, so whatever are the very content areas, those only we have to put in
Yeah,
our
that is a very
resume.
valid point. I have seen like people they used to add multiple expertise, so which is practically not possible. Actually, when you are in a project, you are handling 2 to 3 areas, which is assigned to you. So it should be like you should add those things where you are very confident, and accordingly you can confident in your answer also. Correct?
Yes, correct. And also we can put knowledge on other areas only. So worked only on these areas and I have only knowledge on these areas. Those we can put. And also very common question they asked is like, what are the critical issues or enhancements which you have worked on? Mostly they will ask this question. Like, so we need to prepare for that. So at least some 2 to 3 objects or 2 to 3 tickets which are very critical, which you have solved. Like we need to prepare for that. And another is FIMM integration and FISD integration. Mostly in all the interviews I have
Yeah,
attended,
all
4
integrations, all integrations are highly critical, right? Because actually they are trying to understand your business process knowledge as well as the system configuration knowledge. So there they can check the integrations. And
yes.
what about asset accounting? Asset accounting is also like questions are
Yeah,
there, right?
actually, I put asset accounting as one of my worked areas. So, like in FAMM integration, there is one scenario they have asked me like GR is done on one price, and if invoice is on another price, and if material is standard control on moving average price. So, what is the that scenario they have asked me? Like how do you handle that scenario? uh, yeah, in FIMM integration, and this is the question I have got. And coming to asset accounting, I put this one AUC cycle.
AUC,
Worked
right,
on
right.
asset under construction cycle. So they asked me about how expenses are handled in AUC. How do you settle that AUC?
So same scenario we did in our configuration. So that is also expenditure to asset accounting. Hello.
Second. Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
A little bit voice was there. So what I was telling, expenditure to assets, the same scenario we did in our demonstration also in class, right?
Yeah, that is the scenario which I have put in my resume. And
Okay.
if they ask us like we need to talk at least 2 to 3 minutes, we have to speak up about this one. So
Right.
and in
How was your performance throughout the interview? Like are you feeling very
actually
nervous
we
or
should not
confident?
until they ask question we Yeah. Until they ask some questions, like there should be no gap between them and us. Like, so we need to speak until they question us. So that is the thing which I have done.
Okay.
And
That means
also,
till next questions, you should be continuously answer the previous question. That's what you're saying.
yes, correct. Yes, correct. Mostly, like, and also in APP, they asked me like if they want APP, they have asked many scenarios. Like if we want to put APP, so these all scenarios we have to prepare. If we want to make the payment to the same vendor from two different bank accounts, because we have two bank accounts, and for the same vendor, they supply material and manpower. If it is material, they want to pay from one bank account, and if it is manpower, they want to pay from a different bank account. How do you handle? I
So
mean,
that
how
is
do you consider this scenario?
okay.
So this is what they have asked.
Good. Anyway, so good, you handled well. So the last question. So how was the training was helpful? Because I remember the first day you told me that I completed the training some in Udemy or something you told me. So I'm a little bit nervous about how I will handle the configuration and all. So you are not confident. I remember that day you told me.
Yeah, actually, what I did was like the first I have gone through the Udemy course, but
Hmm.
that that helped me a little. Like I mean, only the overview I have got from Udemy. So
Okay.
I mean, after the class is over, I used to practice whatever. I mean, we have the recording, right? That helped me a lot.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
after the recording, so I'll keep the recording on, and I used to practice. Like if I mean, if we practice without recording, it was actually tedious for me. So I used to keep the recording on, and yeah, I used to practice. So I mean,
Yeah,
like
that is
I
required.
was the
Hands-on expertise is highly required, and that is the only way. Like I have seen a lot of people adding so many experience, or like fake experience and all. So I will request not to do all these things. Only thing is your profile should be strong, and whatever you know, actually put those things, and definitely you can do that. So that is the right way. So okay, thank you very much.
yeah,
Anything else you want to
yeah.
add?
And I want to share some more questions. Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
GL balances in local currency. If it, I mean, what is the use of this checkbox? If we want to make any GL, if this checkbox is checked, I mean, what will happen? Like, why do you use this checkbox? This is
Okay,
one
that's
question.
one question.
Yeah,
Okay, anything?
and open item display, I mean, if we, I mean, while creating the GL, this is not checked. And if we want to make the GL as open item, after
Open
making
item
some
management.
transactions, yeah, open
Open
item
item
management.
management.
After
I got
making some transactions, yeah.
I got the question. Question was maybe it was like initially it was not activated as open item management. After posting some transactions, how you will manage that one? Yeah, that is a very perfect
Yeah,
question.
how will
Right.
we manage it, no?
Okay.
And
Anything
yeah,
else?
and what are the, I mean, I have put DME in my profile. So they have asked me like, what are the issues you have faced after DME thing? Like, also the SEPA, Standard European Payments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So SEPA, do you know about SEPA? And the EBS also I have put. So they have asked me like, what is the format which you have worked on? And SEPA, like European
So
payments for that. You do not know
EBS,
this thing.
which one? I have shown on MT940. Which one you have shown? EBS,
I put that one only for European countries,
MT9.
MT 940 only. Only for
Mm-hmm.
US countries, there will be
USA,
BI1,
there's
BI.
BI12. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay.
I'm very really
So,
very happy. You handled well. So everything. Okay. So all the
yeah, yeah.
best in future. Wherever any issue, feel free to connect with me.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Thanks.